What's up, guys? It's another Tuesday night. And what can I say? Welcome to Flight Club. I'm Jeff. You're watching Jeff's Custom RC. And I just appreciate each and every one of you guys for coming in. I've seen a few people dropping in already. And I'd like to say thanks to each and every one of you. Like I say, guys, another weekend, another week out. Hope everyone's doing great. And got some special guests here with us tonight. I'm sure you guys, if you've seen the premiere, you know who I'm talking about. The awesome Steve and Lovely Denise from Killer Planes, guys. And I'm going to bring them in just a second. And hope you guys will definitely enjoy what we're going to be talking about tonight. They've got some great things in the works, and can't wait to see what they've got. If you haven't seen their video, guys, they just put out a video earlier this evening, and it's amazing. So you definitely have to go watch it. I'm sure I can get Steve to drop a link to that in here for you. And like I said, it's once you see it, guys, it's pretty amazing. So again, without further ado, guys, I'm going to bring these wonderful people in here who I love dearly. And like I said, these are like icons to me. So without further ado, here they are, guys.
This is what icons look like.
How are you guys doing tonight, man?
We're doing great. How about you?
Hey, I'm doing great. I'm just thrilled to have you guys here yet again. You've been on here before, and we had such a great time, and we've talked about doing it again. And as you can see, I got the awesome shirt on. I love my shirt. Every time I wear it to the field, everybody knows who you guys are.
Yeah, we can't even see our shirts.
Yeah,
Twins, man.
Twins. Yes, exactly. Like I say, you guys are icons to me. I watched your stuff as long as I've been flying planes, Steve, and I love it. And of course, you've got a beautiful camera lady there as well who just does incredible shooting for you. And she makes you look really good, man. I'm just saying.
She even makes the flying look good. Yeah, I constantly flip out over Denise's camera ability. I had to like drag her into this. She's a professional photographer. And she kept saying, "No, I won't be able to do that. I don't know how to do that. I've never done anything like it." I was like, "Honey, just try it." So the first thing she ever shot, full telephoto, dead on the plane, all over the place, like a robot. You're my little robot, honey. Cute robot too, right?
I'm telling you, man. So, I mean, you constantly got stuff going on, and I know you guys have been really busy lately. And I think somebody was telling me you guys have got some cool things coming out. You want to enlighten us on those things?
As a matter of fact, we do. Tell them about it. So, yeah, we took a hiatus from making videos because you got to do stuff with other people's planes to make videos, and we had done enough of that for our purposes. So we tested out what we were doing on, I guess, about 90 different airframes and got it to be satisfactory. And then we went to work on the design for something that we would produce in the factory. So I finally got a handmade prototype made of it, which is about half of what the factory one will be. But the previous prototype, it's funny because we're so used to this that we're completely jaded. You can hear us in the video, I think, where the plane bounces 8 feet up and we go, "Oh, that's a nice bounce," like show some enthusiasm. We're so used to this. We're surprised when the planes break. So yeah, it doesn't get that far most of the time. So we've been making videos with the new prototype and bouncing the hell out of that thing all over the place. It's been a lot of fun too. I just personally, I can't wait to get my own hands on the factory version. So Thank you.
What is it? What's it called?
Oh, it's called the Tiger Shark. See how good she is? What is it? And what's it called? It's
okay, so can you drop the link in for us to see this?
We probably can. Where do we drop it?
You can drop it right in the chat, as a matter of fact, and that way guys can click on it, save it for later, or watch it. I'm going to pull it up myself and see. Let me go back for a second here. I want to do this. Um, I actually, it's amazing. I watched it earlier, and it's killer. Actually, killer. Imagine that. um, let's see. Let me grab a link for it here. Here we go. Share, copy. All right. Let me go back to this here.
Are you going to post the link? Thank you.
Yes, I am.
Thank you so much.
Oh, absolutely.
Look, see his shirt.
All right, paste, and there it is, guys.
Thanks.
Yeah, the link is there, and it's what is it? Probably a minute, maybe.
Yeah, really short.
It's probably mostly intro. I think the video itself is like 20 seconds.
It's a good snippet of what you guys are working on. So, if you guys definitely want to go check it out, definitely slip over there.
Did you bring the plane up?
And check that out because this.
No,
plane,
I didn't. Could you grab it? It's on Denise's side. This is the plane that we did that with. It's still got all of its original parts.
Wow.
Right? So this is that plane that took that 8.5-foot bounce.
Wow.
One of the wing tips came off and the motor mount came loose. We had to put it back on. But, this is what it looks like after doing not only that, that was, I think, the 7th or 8th crash that we did for video.
Wow.
So we're trying to count them up on video and make sure that we get as many as we can. The problem is, Denise isn't always there with the camera when I feel like going out and flying into a tree.
And that's when he crashes.
Yeah. Oh, honey, you should have been there.
Always shoulda, woulda, coulda, right? So
yeah.
is this plane coming into production that will be sold to the public?
Yeah, it's gonna look quite a bit nicer than this. We have an image. I think actually the picture of it is on the beginning of the video.
It is, yeah.
It's on the.
It's a thumbnail.
On the thumbnail of the video is a picture of what the plane's gonna look like. I stole a lot of cool looking stuff from this and that place. Like the wings are an offshoot of the wings of a P-51 because I just happen to love those wings. Yeah. So I took that and I moved it around a bit and shifted it. So we want to get optimal performance, and some good looks aren't the worst thing in the world.
And you don't see that here because it's a prototype.
Yeah, this is something I handmade on somebody else's airframe. So it's it's kind of like our old Hawk fighter, but about 20% bigger and maybe 30% or 40% heavier. It's a heavy plane.
Okay.
But that doesn't mean it doesn't fly well.
It's what I like to say about that is think of a P-47. It had the reputation of coming home after getting shot to hell all over the place, and it would get home. It was built really well, but it weighed a lot. I think it weighed 2.5 times what a Messerschmitt weighed in real life.
Wow.
But if you've ever seen movies of those things flying, they were like birds, beautiful flyers. And this thing flies just beautifully. I'd say that we're marketing it as a trainer for if you want to learn how to fly a fighter, you do it on this because you can bounce this a lot if things go wrong and just pick it up and launch it again. And the real problem, you can hear me saying it on one of our videos, is like, well, if you use this as a trainer and you get used to flying this, then you get one of those really nice fighters. It doesn't handle as well as this plane does.
Right.
Like I have a whole bunch of those really nice fighters. This thing handles like a dream. Wow. The fighters are a little trickier. Okay. So, but this will give you the essence.
Okay. Tim, thank you so much, buddy. I appreciate you as always. And every bit of that goes right back into the channel. And thank you so much. Tim's a great contributor to the channel, always helping us out. And he's got some great planes and stuff coming too as well. So on your plane here, Steve, is this, you're saying that basically this can be marketed as a beginner plane then, right?
Well, it's actually going to be 2 planes in one box. It's a beginner plane as a trainer or an FPV flyer that flies slow for a long time. Wow. And basically the big difference is the trainer version, you just fly with a 3-cell battery, and the fighter version, you fly with a 4-cell battery. To make the trainer, you pull off the fighter wingtips and stick on the trainer wingtips, which are longer wings, basically.
Okay.
And it comes with extra noses. They're a shock absorber and a few extra other parts. I can't remember exactly, but it's going to come with extra stuff. So the stuff that goes wrong with it, you're going to have replacement stuff in the box.
Wow, that's awesome. Well,
I'll
tell you the truth, a good friend of mine is in here, and he's one of the sponsors to our channel. His name is Dan. He's Hanger 88, and he represents a company called Rtl Fasteners. So if you ever need any type of fasteners for your planes or putting things back together or anything like that, definitely check him out. They're a great company, and they sell just about any kind of screw, nut, bolt, you name it. They've got it on their website, and it's quick and easy shipping. And if you use code Jeff25, you'll get 25% off your order of $25 or more. So, so definitely check out them. And Dan does some great building too. Like I said, he's in the chat right now. He's Hanger 88. And
we can't see the chat though from where we are.
Pull it. Tell Denise to open your phone on the channel. Go to my channel.
And just go to the live show on that? Okay.
Yeah, go to the live chat, and you'll be able to read all the comments as well. Because I'd love to have you in on the comments, because people may be asking questions and things like that.
Okay.
But yeah, but like I say, Rtl Fasteners is great. They've got about anything you need to put something.
I think I might know him.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, I'll tell you what.
Actually, we'll be able to see it on the chat. If he's the guy I met at like the Need Fair and other places like that.
Okay. Well, like I say, the good people, man. And if you need anything for builds or anything you're doing, they got some good stuff. So definitely check them out.
Thanks.
I can attest to the fact that having a good supply of miniature screws, nuts, and bolts on hand. Man, you cannot beat that.
Let me show you this. This is just a brief sample of what they offer. This is their logo, which is Rtl Fasteners. And basically, I've got everything that they sent me in this box, and they're all hex head screws, which are great. And you've got rubber backed washers, nylon washers. And then this is just the tip of the iceberg, man. They've got T-nuts. They've got anything you want.
Oh, God. Hey, is he watching? Is he on right now?
Yes, he's on.
We still can't get this thing open.
We're getting there.
I'm actually in search of, see these gigantic fingers?
Yeah.
And those little tiny, tiny screws and nuts.
Yeah.
Does somebody make a set of, like, let's say socket wrenches for those teeny little M2, M3 nuts and stuff like that?
Yes.
I'm in desperate need of that.
I'm gonna throw up a link for you right now. Let me put this up here for you as well, and I'm sure they may have them too. But this is another sponsor to my channel that I'm gonna show you this real quick, and he's awesome. Let me find his picture here. It is right here. Okay, can you see that?
We're still trying to get this thing open. Oh, I see. Does it say Zoom RC?
ZoomRC.net. Yes. He sells tools. He sells all kinds of stuff. And I've got several of his tool sets. And basically they come with 4 of the, it starts at 1.5 and goes up to, I believe, 4.
Oh, really?
And they're all the hex head. They're all the hex head drivers.
He's so impressed. Look at him. He's going nuts.
Yeah.
You know how many years I've been like squirting little tiny nuts out across the room because of these? Oh man, it never occurred to me until like last week. For the first time, I was going insane trying to get some little tiny nuts on a little bolt, and I was like, "Does somebody make some tools for this?"
Well, and also, actually, Dan, again, which is Hanger 88, he's in the chat, but he said that they sell these a product called Pro Holds on their website as well. So you could get those too. And like I said, all of these screws in these boxes right here are hex head screws, so they're great. And they come in, right now I've got a variety of 5 sizes that goes from number 3s up to 5/8, 7/16 lengths. I mean, I'm telling you, man, they got just about anything you want. And yes, they've got the tools. And ZoomRC.net sells great tools as well. So
I think the quote is, we got the tools and we got the talent.
Yeah, exactly. That's right, man. I mean, and look, I love networking and helping people out. I mean, that's what I do. And like I said, if you go to rtlfasteners.com and you basically tell them what you need, they'll help you out in any way they can. And they get it out pretty quick, too. So, yeah.
I like that. That's like the antithesis of my business model. Somebody wants something tomorrow. I'm like,
yeah, well, I mean, that's the thing, man. It's this is their logo and their website on the screen if you look at that. And then if you look across the bottom, there's the code that you can use. And like I said, you get 25% off if you order $25 or more. So
I'm trying to, I think there must be a delay on this or something, right?
There is, yes.
Oh, okay. Because I'm looking at that thing and I'm going, I'm not moving like that. What's going on here?
Yeah, it's about a 10-second delay.
That's what you need with somebody like me.
I hear you, man. Hey, we all need delays. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and undo. That would be nice.
Exactly.
I'm lucky that I get Denise as my interpreter to the world also. So usually when people look at me like this, she knows how to translate.
Hey, my wife does the same thing, so I get it, man.
That's helpful.
Wait, do we have that shirt? Hey, you know what? Oh, yeah. Hey, Jeff, remember I was telling you about the shirt we want to send you?
Yes.
The problem is finding the size. This is mine, which is like Sasquatch size. But can you see that?
I love it. Yeah, I love it.
It's Flight Club.
I love it,
and on the
man.
bottom it says, cool. The first rule about Flight Club is talk about Flight Club.
Yes, I love it. That is too cool, man. I love it.
So my problem is that I can't find the bag of shirts. And I also don't know what computer the file is on.
I think I have one for him.
You do?
Yeah.
Because what size do you wear?
Well, this is an extra large right here.
Oh.
Yeah.
So I thought you were like a normal human-looking guy.
I'm 6'5", if that tells you anything.
Oh, wow.
You're 6'5"?
Yeah.
You're taller than I am.
Yeah. So
holy good. That's kind of a rarity around me. I'm used to looking at people like this.
Right. Yeah. But yeah, that's awesome, man. I love that. That's
great.
I
could send you this then. You would fit into this. This is like a XX.
I love it. Damn right.
I'll send it to you.
Awesome. Please. That'd be excellent. I love it. So when are you guys gonna be when are you thinking production on this plane? Do you have a price point on this plane? What
actually, I'm talking we got 2 factories that one of them is chomping at the bit, which is Top RC, and the other one that finally deemed to talk to me and they said, yeah, they'll do it, is FMS. So yeah, I'm kind of scared of FMS because the problem with this design is that it's not like it's really difficult to figure out.
Right.
It's just the kind of thing where, if the way that we got to it was just constantly crashing planes and going, okay, well, this didn't work. Let's try this. And we finally got to a setup of components in the plane that keeps it in one piece. And it's not that hard to copy. So I'm afraid of somebody like FMS building the plane because they build planes for Horizon Hobby and
Right.
So I don't know. We might go with Top RC, but they're great. I love the way that they do stuff. Very high quality for a small company.
Yeah, they're good, and I mean they've got some great products out there, man. I mean, have you got any idea, what price point you might be in with something like this?
It should be somewhere around $350 to $400. So, it sounds like a lot, but the problem is we can't guarantee it for what we know it can do because we're just starting out. We don't have the wherewithal to have guarantees like that. But the previous test planes, 3 of them in a row did 48, 47, and 51, I think, crashes. Then the 4th one did 76 crashes, and it's still flying.
Wow.
I love stuff that works. So,
Yeah,
we're not saying it's going to last. I think that 76 is a fluke, but it seems that these things can handle somewhere in the nature of 50 crashes at like 30 miles an hour, 35. So the more fast crashes you have, the smaller number of total crashes you can expect to get out of the thing. But basically what it does is enable people to make a mistake, crash the plane, and then just relaunch it and keep flying. As Denise started saying last week, she goes, more flying, less crying.
And you're right on. I mean, and that's always been kind of your thing, man, is to keep planes up in the air. And I mean, people that, especially beginners that are, flying planes, they're new to the hobby. What a great thing to be able to crash something and get it right back up in the air and just by picking it up and tossing it again. I mean, I think it's fantastic. What size battery pack will this plane be flying off of?
The fighter version uses, I want to up it a little bit. Right now it's flying a 2600 4-cell, and the trainer version, it's the same plane, just with longer wings. So we're flying it with 2600 3-cell, just to keep the speed down. So we would recommend people who are using it as a trainer to put a 3-cell battery in it.
Well, but it's nice that you have an option of a 3 to 4. I mean, I think that's because a lot of your planes you're seeing nowadays are giving the option of 3 to 4.
Yes,
I think that's great. Yeah, I think it's great. It's good marketing.
It's funny. I don't really know anything about electronics. I know about structure. So to get the power set up for these things, we just tested stuff. Let's try this with this, and this with this, and this with this. And we ended up with these insane, I'm pretty sure that the fighter version goes about 85, and the trainer version goes slightly slower because it's got a little more drag if you put a 4-cell in it. But the trainer version flies at, I'd say 18 miles an hour. It's very slow if you want it to be. And it's really surprising because even me and Denise today, I had her pick up I said, hold this plane. She picks it up. She's like, it's really heavy. You would never know it. You put the plane up in the air. It launches like this. It goes up in the air. And it flies like a dream, and it's like a trick plane, basically.
But also, it was windy today, and you said that the weight helped.
Yeah. It was screamingly windy today, with the flag standing straight out like this. So they're having a heavy plane with a lot of power and the wind, definitely the way to do it. You can fly in all kinds of wind with these planes. Plus,
what are your flight times, Steve?
Let's see. With the current battery setup, it's like 4 minutes, a little more than 4 minutes. The entire problem with it is that, once again, we built it on someone else's airframe. I even enlarged the nose a little bit, but it's not the nose that's in the design. The design is to hold a bigger battery, so you would get 5 or 6 minute flight times.
Right. Wow.
With the final one from the factory.
Yeah, with the factory version.
That thing is great, and it's a pusher as well, correct?
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, there's something in one of the videos we're going to put up where one of my favorite things is, if you're flying like in a schoolyard, you land it over there, you just drive it back to you on the ground.
Wow. That's cool.
Yeah, it works like a charm. Just turn it around, drive it back on the ground, right up to our feet, and pick it up.
Then again, so there's no landing gear to worry about tearing up either, right?
Nope. It's all smooth plastic bottom, and lots of plastic, lots of carbon fiber, and of course EPO foam. EPO foam is what does it. The entire design is based on carbon fiber rods. Essentially, are the piston in a shock absorber, and the EPO foam itself more or less acts like the liquid, the hydraulic part of the shock absorber. It's
Right.
made of little tiny rubber balls, basically. So when you drill a long rod or mold it into the thing through a long piece of foam
Right.
and glue all those little balls to the rod, you have essentially a pogo stick with maybe a 1/2 inch throw.
Okay.
And that's why the plane, you saw that plane bounced 8.5 feet
Yeah.
over.
Yeah.
Nuts.
Yeah, we were going to put up the top wing measurement, which is 12 feet, but we figured, no, that'll just look stupid. Let's say it cleared an 8.5 foot hurdle instead. That makes more sense.
And what is the overall wingspan on it?
That's 52 inches on the fighter version, and the trainer doesn't add that much. It adds about 6 inches on each side, so that would make it 64 inches.
Well, that's a nice
And a half.
size wing, though, man. That's a good size wing.
Yeah, it weighs somewhere around 2,000 grams with the battery, flight ready. Launch it
And
up.
tell them about the dead stick.
Wow.
Oh yeah. Well, you'll be able to see this in the videos we're preparing. That one of the things about it is glide slope. So at the end of every flight, I just zoom way out there in the sky and then turn the motor off. And
Cool.
you can like zigzag and fly all over the place, dead stick, trying to kill speed
That's
off
great.
on the way back to the field. It's great.
Well, that also extends your flight time, so that's really cool.
Yeah. Well, actually, I don't really do that a lot myself, as Denise can attest. I'm a speed freak.
Yeah.
So
You guys know it too.
I just like nailing the thing, which is why I get shorter flight times too. But it's the kind of plane that you can really close your throttle down and fly it really slow, especially if you drop the flaps. It's 6-channel, so
Right.
it's a flapper-on setup.
So
Okay.
explain again. Some people are wanting to know what model plane you're talking about.
Yeah.
It's a non-existent model. It's called the Tiger Shark. I was talking to the people at Top RC. It's really funny, and I said I want to name it the Shark. And Maggie sends me this picture. She goes, "Well, there was another plane named the Shark. It was like 7 or 8 years ago from Horizon Hobby." And maybe 10 minutes before that, I had finalized this little design quirk that I wanted to get more airflow into the prop from under the wings. So I just cut a diamond shape out of the back of the wings next to the fuselage.
Right.
So I sent her the picture and I went, "This is really unique looking wing too." So she sends me back this thing of this plane called the Shark that has that same feature. It's got little cutouts in the back of the wings.
Yeah.
Right in front of the pusher motor. I was like, you can't make anything up. It's really funny.
Damn. Well, I tell you what,
name,
I saw where Dan put a contribution to the channel, and Hanger 88. Thank you so much, Dan. I appreciate it. And like I said, guys, if you need something, go to Rtl Fasteners, and they will hook you up. Anything, screws, nuts, washers, bolts, you name it. For building your planes, they got it.
cool.
Hanger 51 said, Kenny, how you doing, buddy? He said, I bought my FMS 1450 Ferocious Frankie V7 from Steve and Denise just a couple of years ago. That's awesome. See?
I know.
I
Are you still flying it? We want to know if he's still flying it.
Kenny is down in Florida. He is actually, he has a channel as well, and he's typically has a live stream, and he does a lot of really cool stuff too. Kenny's a great guy.
Cool.
Which name is that?
Hanger
He is
51.
Hanger 51.
Hanger 51, okay. Yeah.
Oh, I've seen your stuff.
He bought stuff from us too.
So, I've seen his videos, and he's flying a plane that we sold him.
Yeah, exactly.
It's a small world.
Look, man, and this is such a great community. I mean, that's what's so awesome about it, you know?
It is.
It's really funny. When I first started this, I had seen a YouTube video or 2 or 3, and not very many, and it was a long time ago, so there wasn't much there. And it was some guy, I can't remember his name, and he had his girlfriend with him, and they were flying the plane together, and she flew it. And I just looked at it and I thought, oh man, they both can fly that thing. I should be able to do that. I love planes, so I buy a plane. And we go out in the yard, and Denise does a beautiful hand launch for me, and the plane went, made a right turn, hit the corner of our house, broke into 4 pieces. That was it. So back in the shop, that was the beginning of everything for me. What of reinforcing planes was right after my first 2-second flight, and I continued on through there alone. It never even occurred to me that somebody might even have a forum or something. So I was out in cornfields.
Steve, that's the thing. I mean, watching your channel from the beginning of my flying days, which was probably, 13 years ago, watching your channel on how to fix stuff only helped me and inspired me to want to fix what I have rather than buying something new. So, I mean, that's what I'm saying, man. I mean, I've been watching your stuff for years on how to fix things and reinforce things. And, more people should really look into doing that, because rather than going and buying a new part or a new airplane, you can fix it if you really try and get into it,
Oh, yeah. Well, if we have our way, I mean, after doing what we've been doing for the past, 10, 12 years? I don't even know anymore. Hundreds of airframes. Personally, me, I've probably crashed more than everyone put together in any club that you know. Just on this one airframe, the Hawk Fighters, I think we put in something near 500 crashes on that one airframe. Well, a whole bunch of different planes, none of them lasted anywhere near that long, but that was just that airframe. I mean, we've been crashing the heck out of things all over the place and trying to figure out, okay, well, now this broke, so we got to beef this up and put something in here and here. And we just ended up with the thing that works. I love it. And then we were well into reinforcing stuff before I ever met the first person I met that flew an RC plane. I was like, there are other people that do this.
Exactly. Well, and it's like, I can remember one of my favorite YouTube pictures was Denise lying beside the Rtl FMS E51. I mean, that was just a great picture. You know what I'm saying? I mean,
everybody was like, does the girl come with the plane?
Yeah, no doubt, right? Yeah. That was a great picture. I love it.
Told you, honey.
Yeah, you're a lucky man. You got a beautiful wife, buddy. I'm telling you, and a great personality.
Thank you.
That's what I've been saying for years, and people always thought I was joking. I said, God loves Denise. I'm along for the ride.
That's right. Yeah, I mean, look, we're lucky, man. My wife, I've told you, she's like the chupacabra. She loves helping me with my channel and things like that, but I cannot get her to be on camera, and I wish I could.
We're going to work something out, because we're playing RC Newlywed Game if it's the last thing I do.
I hear you. That'd be good, man. We could do that. Definitely. I mean, you and I were talking earlier today, it's like this jet right here, this is the Viper 90, the E-Flight. And thankfully, I'm going to send a big shout out to my buddy Jeff. My buddy Jeff over at RC Plane Reviewer. He got me a servo for this plane, because as I was saying right out of the box, this plane had a $10 rudder servo that would not work. And here's the servo right here that came out of it. And this would have crippled this airplane for $10 until December, right?
Oh, man.
And I mean,
is that the plane?
Yes, this is it right here. And it's an amazing jet. It's a great flying jet. And as I said, the customer service was impeccable with Horizon. I take nothing away from that, but it's a shame when you can't get a part for 5 months for an airplane this expensive. It's kind of heartbreaking,
It is.
So
well, we were talking before today, and I told you about buying that 1.5 meter FW190. Beautiful plane. And as I normally do, I ordered extra gear, because that's what ends up breaking, if anything, that and the props. So, and I think it took like 7 months to get the gear.
Oh yeah. And that's a shame. And even if you fly something a numerous amount of times and you break something simple, it's a shame when you got to wait that long to get a part. And I know everybody's having a hard time these days, but I told you earlier today, the FMS Futura version 3 sitting right across from me. It is an amazing jet. The box is right here for it. That's the new scheme. That jet is amazing, and it's almost half the price, and flies incredibly well with no issues whatsoever. So it's kind of, you know,
Oh,
it,
you mean half the cost of the other one?
yeah. The
Yes.
FMS Futura is 380, and this jet right here is $650. Yeah,
Yeah. Should I
I
say
mean,
it out loud?
sure. Hey, I
Well,
mean, you know,
that's the thing that makes us iffy about FMS is that they build planes for Horizon. So FMS built that plane basically.
well, actually, FMS is now in the USA, down in Florida, and you can order stuff directly from them now at fmsmodel.com.
Cool.
Oh, so they finally did it.
Yeah.
They were like back and forth, and then they went with Motion RC, and then
No,
Horizon.
my plane, this Futura, which is right now sold out. This Futura in this box right here came from Tallahassee, Florida, from their new warehouse.
Oh man, we're going to make this a prize on one of our shows when we get it going. It should be soon enough. But we have the original FMS P51 in the box.
Wow.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
the first one they ever made.
Oh wow, that's killer. That's
Yeah,
awesome.
pretty cool.
Is that the one that Denise is laying beside?
No, it's a really early one.
Okay.
He's like, I'm missing everybody's joke. I always miss everybody's jokes.
Hey man, I got to make sure you're paying attention there,
I
man.
know, he misses my jokes too.
Oh, God. I never stop joking around. As soon as somebody else tells me a joke, I'm like, what?
Yeah. Well, I mean, you know, FMS has got some great stuff. I take nothing from them. I think they have some nice models. And now that they are in the U.S., Rich Baker is a big affiliate for FMS models. And about 6 or 8 weeks ago, he announced that their company was now in the U.S. and he was actually doing the unboxing of this V3 Futura, and I ordered it that very day at our summer fly-in, and I predicted it would be sold out quickly, and sure enough, it's sold out just like that. And I've flown it 4 times weekend before last, and it is an amazing flying 80 millimeter EDF. It's a great airplane.
Oh, is Rich Baker RC Informer?
Yes, sir, he is.
Oh yeah, he's some pilot, man.
Oh
he
man,
makes it look easy.
Look, I say he could fly a board with a motor on it, you know? I mean,
A brick.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, a brick. That's right.
A rock with a stick on the top.
Right. But you know, FMS, this particular jet right here, FMS makes this jet in the Viper as well. And it's a different scheme, but it is the same jet, and it's absolutely beautiful. And it's about $50 cheaper, I believe, from them. The problem is you can't get the jet in the States yet. You have to get it from overseas right now. Hopefully they'll have it in the States soon. But it's a beautiful airplane either way, whether you get it from E-Flight or from FMS. It's a great airplane. Take nothing from it. But again, the biggest thing is a $10 servo should not put a plane like this on the table, you know?
For how long, too? Shouldn't put a
5
plane
months.
on the table.
Yeah, 5 months if you got to wait for them. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and you know, like I was telling you earlier today, Steve, the pocket that the servo goes in, it's not a glue-in fit. It's a perfect fit plastic servo pocket for this little micro.
Right.
And it fits so tight, you have to almost like pop it out. So again, if your servo that you order is not the size of this one down to the millimeter, it's not going to fit in the pocket. So, you know.
So and you can't get that size servo nowhere else.
Well, again, that's what I say. They kind of got you on both sides of the fence, you know? So.
Yeah.
What's up, EQ?
Well, actually, I think what they're hoping is that you'll just buy another plane. If you can't get the rudder servo, you'll just buy another one.
Yeah. EQ, we have got Killer Planes in the house tonight, man, and we are talking about their new project. He and the lovely Denise, of course. Steve is just,
My pal.
you know what I mean? But we're talking about the new project and the new plane they're going to be releasing soon, and it is just about virtually crash proof. If you watch the video that I dropped the link in here, I'll drop it again right now for you guys. This plane, if you watch Steve's video that he and Denise filmed, this airplane bounces about what, 8 feet off the ground?
8.5, but who's counting?
And they picked it up and flew it. I mean, nothing flew off of it. I mean, any other plane that hit the ground like that would have just, it'd been in pieces.
Oh no, the little wingtip came off. We had to glue that back on.
Yeah, the little wingtip. Yeah. Yeah. Well, I don't think that's anything that a little foam tack couldn't fix,
Foam tack.
So, and look, between foam tack and skewers, you're the man.
Those were one of my first things was skewers.
I still have a bag of them. I use them, man. I think they're fantastic.
Yeah, well, I got bags of them.
Looks like my friend. He had the E-Flight Viper 70, and he crashed it, and it broke in the middle in the fuselage right behind the canopy. I put it back together using skewers and foam tack, and it's probably better now than it ever was. And I got that from you, man.
Yeah, even a skewer. They're made of bamboo. It's way stronger than foam.
Right. Well, and if you look at things, they use scaffolding made out of bamboo when they're building in China and places like that. There's a reason.
Oh, yeah. No, bamboo is great. It's just I used that for a while, and that and popsicle sticks I was using.
Yeah.
But they both ended up, not being able to handle higher speed crashes. And it was right around that time I discovered carbon fiber, and I started looking into that.
But if you look at how much carbon fiber has come down since that time, used to you couldn't hardly get carbon fiber, and now a lot of people have it in a variety of sizes and sheets and things like that, and it's come down considerably compared to what it was 10 years ago.
Yeah, well, actually, it's funny. The wholesale prices were always really low, and I was always wondering why people charged so much for it selling at retail, because it was so cheap wholesale.
Right.
But the wholesale price has gone up a little bit, but not really that much. And it's just amazing stuff.
Well, and that's the thing.
Dirty hands.
Yeah.
I washed my hands.
Hey,
I discovered the dirt on my hands is always Gorilla Glue and carbon fiber dust, and it makes this black layer, and you just can't get it off. But I discovered one way that actually got it off, and that was washing the dishes. You can't just wash your hands with dish stuff. You have to actually wash the dishes. They come out like, hey, my hands are clean.
Yeah, I gotta go wash the dishes.
Yeah. And
but don't tell me.
River. Hey, Steve, Snow River was just saying that he watched your aileron hinge replacement video where you use the milk jugs. And again, that's an incredible video too, especially if you don't have anything around a hinge.
Right.
A milk jug hinge works incredible.
Oh God,
big time. Those milk bottles are HDPE, it's like, I think, a 70th of an inch thick.
Yeah.
You can bend that stuff back and forth like 90,000 times before it starts to crack. It's great.
Right. Yeah. And that was, I watched that video of yours a long time ago and doing that. And that's what Snow River was saying, that he just watched it not long ago. So people are still watching your stuff, man, from years ago and learning every day, It's
cool. It's amazing how this stuff happens. I had gone through a process of, skewers and then bigger bamboo pieces and other pieces of stuff. And I had found some carbon fiber at that point, and I was flying, but the planes were still, even with carbon fiber rods in them, they would crack longitudinally or something would happen. And I kept thinking, I'm missing something. So I crashed a plane one day on the other side of the schoolyard, and I had to walk across the schoolyard to get the plane. And on the way over, I happened to step on something, and you can feel it under your foot. So I looked down, and I picked the thing up, and it's like a Pez dispenser, but not a Pez. It was from something else.
Yeah.
And it was made of plastic. And you could tell from looking at it that it had been driven over for like a year in this schoolyard. It had the texture of like the asphalt on it, but there were no cracks in the thing.
Wow.
It was crushed, and there were no cracks. And I said, what's this? So I went home, dumped all the plastic out of the recycle container, and started messing with it and discovered HDPE. It's the stuff that it's anything that you find, like garbage cans and those kids' toys like tricycles and those houses for kids that are made of plastic.
Yeah.
It's all HDPE. It's like indestructible. So if you can get
what we're learning
HDPE,
here?
Oh, well, what we started out doing, and I still do, is you just go into your own recycle container and look on the bottom, and it got a little triangle, and I think it's number 7, and it'll say HDPE under the triangle. Just save that stuff.
Oh, wow. Okay. Well, man, we're always learning. I mean, that's what I'm talking about. So if you go out and start tearing down, your kid's playhouse, we'll know why, right?
I found one of those in the garbage, and I have gotten more stuff out of it for like 8 years now. Because I got this little curve right here. It fits right on this thing.
Every time we see something in the garbage, I'm like, no, don't pick it up.
No, I mean, look, my wife and I, we love to repurpose, man. I save plastic off of things for a canopy or anything, because if you heat it up, you can mold it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, if you lose a lens for a light off your wingtip, you can mold plastic with a heat gun, and
yeah.
I mean,
you mean like seltzer bottle plastic, right?
Yes. Yeah. I mean, that's why I save a lot of stuff that comes in plastic, and I also save plastic things for mixing epoxy in, because it's disposable. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah. The Lovely Denise has taken to when we get takeout food, and they have those little containers with the covers on them with sauce.
Yeah. Yes.
Perfect for mixing paint and stuff like that.
Yeah. Well, that's like I use the Bumblebee tuna cans. Those are great too for washing out. Yeah, washing out brushes, throw it away. We went to eat Chinese this past weekend, and I picked up the chopsticks off the table, and I got ready to leave, and my son said, "What are you going to do with those?" I said, "Airplane stuff, man." I mean,
come on.
You never know. You can mix paint with it. You can do all kinds of stuff with a skewer. I put it in a pencil sharpener. I get a sharp point on it.
That's right.
I mean, but that's like, I tell you something else that I've started collecting too, are the, when you open some loaves of bread, the little plastic thing that comes off the bread.
Yeah,
I save those, and I bundle wires in those inside an airplane.
Oh, that's smart. Very smart. Clever.
That's a good one.
Excellent.
You can also, some of that HDPE you drag out of your garbage, you can make little clips like that out of that stuff by just cutting it into that shape, and it'll last forever. So if you need a bigger one or something, you could cut it out of that stuff.
Well, that's why I say these little things go around your bread package, and they slide right on, and you can you can stick about 3 or 4 wires, and it'll hold it, and then you can stick it into the foam and use some foam tack and keep it right there like a channel. You know what I mean?
That's
smart.
Super clever.
Yeah, man.
Okay, I'm stealing that one.
Hey, I'm always thinking, man. I don't throw away nothing. I love it. So what are you guys? What else are you doing? I mean, what else are you working on? I mean, it sounds like you got your hands full, but.
Oh yeah, we're just doing this for now because it's like a real load of work trying to actually produce a plane, in a factory. So first we had to get the design down, which anyone who's designed some more complicated than a pencil thing, meaning a wooden pencil, once you start designing stuff that has other parts and they have to fit together and so there's a lot of systems in it that it's just full of stuff that's completely different from every other plane on the market.
Okay, so so the question is, when are you going to take this airframe and put say, I don't know, a 50 millimeter pusher EDF on the back of it?
Actually, I'm thinking more like a 70 or an 80.
Ah, now we're talking.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
because
think of the man
essentially
like
that's
Steve.
yeah,
Yeah.
like that size of airframe. Along the way, over the years, I designed this really inexpensive and easy to maintain directional thrust thing for an EDF. I can even tell you, but it's just vanes. If you put vanes behind the thing, they don't have to interlock like this. They can just be in front and behind each other. So the vane that goes up and down can be in the back, let's say, and the one
Okay.
that goes side to side can be in front of it. So they don't have to interfere with each other. And it's essentially a pivot with a servo.
Right.
So you can put directional thrust on the back of an EDF without getting any kind of fancy crap. It doesn't work as well as the really nice directional thrust things, but it
Right.
works plenty good enough to do aerobatics and use it as an input control and stuff like
Well,
that.
it's kind of like an airboat. An airboat has the vents that move back and forth.
Yes,
Uh-huh.
exactly. And that's really funny you should mention that, because after I thought of it, that was like, I don't know, I was on a documentary, whatever. I saw an airboat and I was like, that's the same thing I thought of. It happens all the time. It's like I think of something and somebody else did it like 100 years ago, you know?
Right. Yeah. Well, and I mean, the thing that I'm seeing, everybody, if your plane is flying so well with no power, as you were saying, I think if it had an EDF that could carry it up and then kill power, it could also be a good glider to a certain degree.
Clever.
Oh, yeah. Actually, that's a really cool idea.
I mean, because I'm seeing glider FPV. That's a big deal right now.
Oh, yeah. I just recently bought the components for. I didn't put it together yet, but FPV in the plane with head tracking using the DJI stuff. So it's got the new DJI goggles.
Cool.
And the DJI camera with the little transmitter set up. So you just get head tracker and motion.
Right.
What is it?
Well, have you been keeping up with the new rules for the drones and things like that are going to be taking effect September 23rd, I believe, of this year?
What rules for what are they rules?
Basically, rules are going to be that any company coming out with a new airplane is going to have remote ID built into it. And,
yeah, so ours is going to have it.
Okay, so you are going to have that in there as well.
Yeah, you won't be able to sell them in the U.S. without it. So
exactly. Okay. All right.
I think the U.S. would be the big market.
Yeah. Well, that's what I was wondering. I mean, it's a shame what's coming down the pike for all of us who have been flying planes for years and never caused a problem.
Well, actually, that's all your old stuff. I'm pretty sure is grandfathered in. So
it is, and if you're at an AMA field, you're going to be pretty much okay right now. But they also said a year ago or so that if you had your trust certificate, that you wouldn't have a problem either. And now they're saying, well, you got to have remote ID down the road and blah, blah, blah. So it's just like you want to say, AMA, where are you at? We pay our dues and our fees to AMA every year or two, and they sit back and take our money. And it's like, why are they not fighting for us? I mean, it's getting out of hand, The companies, I hate what they're having to go through over something that we did not create. We didn't start this problem. The drone started this problem. And
we didn't light the fire.
I mean, if you look at how many people from back 20 years, 30 years ago were flying balsa planes and were flying static line and things like that, they didn't cause this problem. The drones caused this problem, but we're all being penalized for it. And it's just a shame. It really is.
Well, actually, according to those people, they're sitting in Washington in suits and ties, and they've probably never seen an RC plane and have no conception. But they do see things like, well, we now have this RC plane that you can fly 25 miles away, and that's got a 10-hour battery and blah, blah, blah. And they think, that's what they're all like now?
Yeah, exactly. And I do see that Chupacabra is in the chat, but I can't get her to be on screen, Steve. So, it's like the elusive Bigfoot. It's like this right here. can't get her to be on screen, man. You know,
you see,
it's a shame.
you got that thing, but it's a blur.
Yeah, exactly. Isn't it amazing with today's technology, with a camera, we can't get a clear picture of a UFO or Bigfoot? Isn't that some shit? I mean, I'm just saying. I mean,
well, we got pictures of Bigfoot, right, honey?
Yeah, we are aliens.
Yeah, well, she was pointing the camera at me, so I don't know.
yeah, I hear you. But is it clear? Is the question.
It's very,
Right.
it's very blurry.
Very blurry.
See how that works? All right, so look, guys, we've been up here for about an hour, and I try not to keep these guys too long so they can have their evening. And as always, it's been awesome having you guys here. And tell us, you said you guys, I heard you earlier say that you guys are going to be coming out with a show.
Yep.
So
RC Funhouse. Actually, we don't have a name for it yet, but we used to do production. Actually, right before I got into RC, we did TV commercial stuff down in Manhattan.
Okay.
So we have all this equipment and stuff, so we can have a lot of fun with a show.
Yeah.
Because we know how to push the buttons already. Except for this, we don't know how to get it online yet. So.
Except for this. So
yeah.
So when are you thinking?
We've been working on the show itself for, I guess, 2 months, and we're about solidified because we want to have the show laid out. We don't want to start a show up and then change it the next week and change it the next week.
Yeah.
We're trying to get the format down and have it running from the beginning. That would be good. Yeah. Not that I mind change.
Yeah. Well,
it probably will change.
Yeah.
Probably. But
your show is horrible. Well, we're gonna have to change it.
Right. Well, I'm telling you guys, I love you guys, and everybody here does. It's obvious, and I'm sure when you guys start having your show, that your personalities will just draw people to you because you always have.
My personality. We were just talking about you today.
Yeah, we love you. Thank you so much for having us.
It's really
awesome.
No, it's really obvious. See, you don't know the real me. I'm a New Yorker. we were talking about you. We're going he's a genuine, nice guy. You can tell just talking to him.
Thanks for supporting everybody in this industry. You're amazing, and we all appreciate you, Jeff.
Hey, I love it, man. I just love what I do. I love the people, and I'm here for the people. And I'm humbled that people hang out with me on a Tuesday night and just have fun and talk airplanes because it's just what we enjoy doing,
Yeah.
Well, see you, Bruce. What a great guy you are.
Hey, well, thank you. I appreciate it. And if it weren't for my wife helping me get this whole thing started, I wouldn't be here today. And she pushed me into doing it more or less. And
tell her to come on and take a bow.
And we appreciate it.
Right? Isn't that something? Yeah. I mean, yeah, I just love what I do, but I am humbled every week for everybody that comes on here and hangs out. And, all these guys have YouTube channels, and I tell everybody to support their channel, support their videos, because we're just having a good time and we love what we do. And that's what makes this hobby such a great thing. It's a passion. This hobby chooses you. You do not choose this hobby. So, and it's just a great thing. It really is.
Ain't it the truth?
It's so true.
Yeah. And it
really is.
And with the world that we're living in today, it's nice to bring this to the table and have something that we can all come together, talk about, smile about, and enjoy every day. And I haven't met anybody at an RC field that was not kind and humble and willing to help and loves what they're doing.
Oh, you got to come to New York.
Hey. But Steve, what you don't understand, 2/3 of my best friends in my life have been New Yorkers, and I still love them to this day. They're from Long Island.
That's where I'm
Rhode
from.
Island. Yeah. See, I mean, that's what I'm saying. So, hey, I know how to deal with y'all. It is what it is. But and I told you this earlier today. September 24th, Kinston, North Carolina. We are having our fall fly-in, and it is the Big Warbird Classic, which there'll be scale military 50% airplanes there. There'll be composite planes. It's going to be a big time. And we have great food, great turnout. We're going to be raffling off a lot of great prizes from Hangar 18, which is a Horizon Hobby dealer out of Cary, North Carolina. Hobby King is donating to the cause. Zoom RC, 5280 RC, Rtl Fasteners. I mean, just got a great bunch of people that are donating, and we'll be giving out raffle tickets and selling good stuff. And so if you're in the area and you can come, pack it up and come on, man.
I just wrote that down. That's what I was doing like this. But yeah, we definitely want to do that. We don't get out enough.
I would love to see y'all there. I think I would be like this. You know what I mean?
I would love to see you.
Yeah.
We'll be hitting our heads together.
Hey, exactly. Yeah, I'm not worthy. But seriously, thank you again so very much for being on here tonight and hanging out with me.
And
thanks for having us.
Hey, anytime, and we'll do it more often. I promise you. I can't wait to get my hands on your plane and play with it. I will not hopefully crash it. I hope.
No, you got to crash it.
It's like a Nerf airplane, right?
Exactly. Yeah, you're on the list. We're gonna send them to some selected people and ask them, please crash the thing.
I hear you.
That's the whole point.
Well, I can't wait, and I can't wait to promote it and push it and just show it to everybody. I think it'll be awesome. And if you guys have got any questions before we get out of here and let these wonderful people get back to their evening, hit them up right now. And like I said, throw them in a comment. And if you need to know anything, please ask. And if not, Steve, you guys have got an email. Where can people reach you?
killerplanes@gmail.com.
Okay, I'm going to drop that link in here right now. Let's see. killerplanes@gmail.com. Make sure I got it all right. Yes, boom. Okay, so I just dropped that email in here. So, guys,
thanks.
If any of you would like to reach out to Steve and the wonderful, lovely, beautiful Denise, Steve, I hate to say it, man, but she might get more emails than you do. I'm just saying, But if you need to reach out to them, if you want to know more about this airplane, hit them up. You also have Instagram as well, which is Killer Planes on Instagram.
Correct.
And do you guys do Facebook?
Yep.
Not me, but I have massive ADD. Facebook is like ADD nightmare.
I hear you.
We have a Killer Planes Facebook page, so yes.
Okay. All right. Well, great. Well, there you go. So you got Instagram, YouTube, and Facebook, guys. You can find them there. You can ask them questions, and I had no problem with them getting back to me. So I'm sure they'd love to hear from you.
You're Jeff.
Hey, you're right. Yeah. But look, guys, go to the video tonight. Check it out. Watch the video. Leave comments. Hit that like button for them and let them know you want to see this plane and get it done so they can get this thing in our hands. We're ready. So, So, guys, I'm going to let the audience go. You guys hang out for 1 second, and I will talk to you in just a second, all right?
Okay.
So, guys, I am, as usual, I'm Jeff, and this is Jeff Custom RC. And, again, thank you so much to the lovely Denise and Steve for being here from Killer Planes tonight. Always a pleasure. Thank you, every one of you guys, for being here tonight and showing the support for these awesome people who I love dearly. And hope to see you back here next week, same time, 8:30. And until then, thank you so much for being here. Have a safe week, and we will